This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
I mean, we're just going to keep fighting. I don't know what to say. You know, I gotta do what we have to do. I don't like where we are, but.
That was Governor J.B. Pritzker caught on a hot microphone describing the state of the presidential race last night. Those remarks come as top Democrats, party donors, even celebrities like George Clooney are calling for J.B. Pritzker to step forward and run for the Democratic nomination for president. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. Pritzker was in East St. Louis today cutting a ribbon on a new infrastructure project. And that's where our political editor, Mark Maxwell, pressed him to explain those comments on Hot Mike and his own political ambitions. Mark?
Yeah, let's wind back the clock for a minute. Back in 2016 at the DNC in Philadelphia, Illinois Democrats thought they had their guy for the governor's race. Chris Kennedy was it. Like Joe Biden, voters had known that name for decades. But like Joe Biden, Kennedy stumbled at an awkward gaffe on camera at the convention. And while it wouldn't officially happen for 20 more months, the party eventually turned to J.B. Pritzker, who could fund his own race and won big. Now some Democrats at the national level are asking if he can do it again on the biggest stage of them all. When J.B. Pritzker finished cutting a ribbon on a new infrastructure project, reporters pressed him to explain this moment caught on a hot mic.
Gotta do what we have to do. I don't like where we are, but all I was referring to is I don't like the polls, right? Joe Biden is behind by a couple of points nationally. I think we should be doing a lot better. I've certainly said that President Biden should get out there more, talk to the American public, make sure that he's communicating about the issues that are important to them.
Pritzker says the stakes in this presidential race couldn't be higher.
This is the fight of our lifetime. This is the most important election of our lifetime. We need everybody to come together to defeat Donald Trump.
But come together behind whom? While Pritzker vows to back Biden if he stays in, he acknowledges Biden's slipping in the polls. Thursday morning, 3 Biden campaign aides told NBC News the president's chances of winning are 0. Pritzker has called the conversation about possible replacement candidates a healthy discussion.
Are there any Democrats other than Joe Biden who can beat Donald Trump?
Oh, I think that we would have an excellent chance with any Democrat, except that Joe Biden is the one who's proved over 50 years that he is a patriot. He's somebody who believes in the working families of America, and he's delivered for them.
In a Tuesday letter, actor George Clooney said, "It's devastating to say it, but the Joe Biden I was with 3 weeks ago was the same man we all witnessed at the debate," adding, "Our party leaders need to stop telling us that 51 million people didn't see what we just saw." Clooney's short list of backup candidates include Vice President Kamala Harris and governors like Pritzker, Gretchen Whitmer, and Gavin Newsom. But as Pritzker has said, until Biden steps aside, he is the nominee.
If he does that and Kamala Harris jumps into this race, would you call on all other Democrats to step aside and unite behind her candidacy?
Well, you know, you're coming up with a hypothetical here. Honestly, I'm supporting Joe Biden because he said he's going to be our candidate, and we have to beat Donald Trump. Donald Trump is bad for America, bad for working families, and frankly, bad for democracy. I'm really deeply concerned about the future of the nation under another term of Donald Trump.
Now all eyes on that high-stakes speech from President Biden. The press conference coming up soon. Pritzker starts to hit the road to campaign in Ohio, in Indiana this weekend, then eventually arriving at Milwaukee Monday at the Republican National Convention. His campaign apparatus, Think Big America, is also running ads in swing states like Nevada and also in Florida.
Manchester's police chief is now on administrative leave amid an ongoing investigation. The department just made the announcement this afternoon, but says Chief Scott Will's leave was effective yesterday. Additionally, Manchester's captain, Craig Smith, resigned on Tuesday. A spokesperson with the city says more details will not be released until this investigation is finished.
Tonight, 9 new graduates will be sworn in as St. Louis police officers. The latest recruitment class joins a force in need of more officers. A police union spokesperson says morale has taken a hit. Our Justina Coronel joins us live from St. Louis University High School, where that ceremony begins in about an hour. Justina.
The union spokesperson tells me earlier today that so far this year they've lost 50 officers, but he admits this is better than they were last year.
It's great. I mean, we're happy to see that we're starting to see an uptick in the interest in becoming a police officer again, specifically in the city.
124 applicants signed up to be a St. Louis police officer since May. Some much needed help, according to Joe Steiger, the business manager for the St. Louis Police Officers Association.
We're down about 350 police officers from the manning table, which is set now at 1224.
For the latest recruitment class, a police source said 23 came in and 9 came out, graduating Thursday night.
9 is great. It's not enough.
Steiger, a retired police officer of 22 years, said some recruits don't pass initial tests.
And once you get into the academy, I mean, there's an educational part of it, there's physical part of it, there's firearm qualifications. So you get multiple opportunities to pass these things, but some people just aren't fit, and it doesn't work out.
Right now, Steiger explained current officers are working hard.
The biggest impact is in patrol. I mean, people who are leaving people who are overwhelmed and overworked are coming into work with 15, 20, 30 calls backed up.
He admits with staffing numbers low, morale is too.
I can tell you when they come in here on the meeting days, the officers who are working on the street every day, the morale is not high. They're still feeling it. They're stressed out. They're overworked. They're asking for help. That's a constant occurrence here.
He believes morale has bumped up with a recent pay increase. Because of that pay, some soon-to-be retirees are staying for better pension. Now their focus is to recruit and retain.
Enticing people to stay, and once you get them here, hopefully you can improve things and make morale better and get some more bodies on the street.
We reached out to St. Louis Police Department about morale in their department, and they said morale is an important issue to leadership, and it's something they're working on every single day. Reporting live, Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.
Tonight, we know more about the events leading to a shooting outside of Molly's in Soulard in St. Louis. Police say a fight broke out outside the bar around 11:30 last night after 2 men were kicked out for allegedly stealing a watch and a phone. Molly's owner approached the men outside, asked them to return the items. The police report says one of the men hit the owner in the head before security calmed him down. Once security let him go, the man went to his car, grabbed a gun, and came back. He shot the owner in the leg. One suspect is in custody, the other got away. The man in custody is charged with assault and stealing, along with 5 other charges. If you have any information, please call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS, and you can remain anonymous. It may be time to play ball again soon at the Kirkwood Athletic Association fields. There's a major change of plans from the city council that had already approved a full demolition.
Our Annie Krall was out in Kirkwood all day to talk to council members and the grassroots group changing the game.
After the Kirkwood Athletic Association had several tough years that included flooding, the city took over in February 2023.
While this used to be a place for former players to play catch with their parents, it's now overgrown and was on the demolition chopping block until a still forming Kirkwood citizens group heard the initial announcement and said they could help.
Our ultimate goal is to probably come up with some sort of community city partnership, with the end result goal being returning the fields to use, ideally for youth.
Demolition plans approved by the city council in June are now on hold after being scheduled for this summer.
Got some citizen feedback and a lot of concern expressed about, what the plan was and why we didn't really sit down and look at how we could maintain athletic fields.
The unnamed Kirkwood citizen group, consisting of 5 members as of now, is working on funding through community donations for a rehabilitation that could cost tens of thousands or even 6 figures.
Fixtures, everything, and then hanging out down here, vandalism stuff, just a lot of kids, but a lot of people, just thievery just going on.
Some of the structures that are unsafe may come down this summer still, but there are plans to update the dugouts, light posts, and batting cages. Reporting in Kirkwood, Annie Krall, 5 on your side.
Coming up, a heroic rescue in Wildwood, how the deceivingly high floodwaters put a young woman in serious danger.
And we're still tracking showers and thunderstorms tonight, especially east and southeast of St. Louis.